So it starts off like being like supportive, positive, noble, reinforcing, like you're trying to uh identify with the right characters and ideals before um and because there's no, like, it's hard to think about it sometimes. Like, there's no good or bad, there's no right or wrong. Like, what are you talking about? Does that mean that you are elitist or egalitarian? Do you notice that, like, the opposite of elitist, which is something you don't want to be, right? I mean, if I'm just gonna try to support upward, minded, like, morally, like, if I'm just trying to support the things that seem like that they are right, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, those elitists is foul. What we need is like the anti-elitist, okay? Well, that's egalitarian. So it's like there is, if you, it's a little bit of knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands, but you don't end up hurting anybody else. You alienate and estrange yourself because you wanted to be the anti of whatever it is that you thought was right was wrong, or whatever you thought was bad. It's not that whatever you thought was wrong is actually right, or whatever you thought was bad is good, because then that would make you an elitist. Neither one of those groups is going to accept you. So you could go your whole life without even knowing what the fuck is even being talked about. Like, what is it even meant? You can listen to a song for your whole life and not even understand the words. It's very possible. And there's nothing really wrong with it either. I didn't have to get anybody on the right page unless I seen them out there harming themselves because they had a little bit of knowledge. So they knew it was right to push back against elitism. And what happened over time, they became more confused and egalitarian, not because elitism is right. It was never right in the first place. It was never wrong. It didn't speak to you. Like, it probably didn't appeal to you with you have to do a lot to find out what the words mean, because they'll let you out of jail. Like, remember Bill Clinton said it depends on what the definition of what is. Or Hillary Clinton, it's just a piece of paper. You know what I mean? At this point in time, what difference does it make? And she's like, fucking get out of jail free. She's still a fucking wicked ham beast. I mean, she's not evil because she's not a man. Only man is evil, you know what I mean? And not because man is bad or wrong. It's because this man is predecessant. Paternalism is the divine feminine archetype. Patriarchy comes from the paternalism, the divine feminine archetype. And it's not wrong. You should not turn against it for no fucking unknown reason, especially because you want to be the anti-elitist and turned into egalitarian. Now you're just telling people what the fuck to do all the time. You say, I think you should, because of this over here, I think you should that over there. Or because that over there, I think you need to this right here. Or that there, I think you need to do this. What did you do all day? Did you get your shit together? Can you tell me what you did today? How do you know that everybody has to work if we're so productive and efficient and industrial and everything fucking crazy? How you can dominate a species, we can get so many different products. They can make these little shards of, what's that shit called, from insect poop or something? You scrape it off. You can make this like big sheet. It's like this plastic thing. You use it to stamp. Like, it's still, like, even though we have the other technology, you still have to, there's still seal technologies. We still keep the most arcane seals and adopt the more technologically sophisticated, you know, like the authentication of a directed acyclic graph. That's later. Okay, you don't have to know what that is right now. Don't hurt yourself with that. I mean, I lightweight have hurt myself with that because I didn't even want to bring it open. So now I'm talking about the root seed text hash ID of the directed acyclic graph and its gossiping, sharding, data sharding, off-chain, able to return and go from on-chain to off-chain and gossiping with other databases and sharding data and creating exotic data query fields to populate them. I didn't want to have to go through all that shit. Ugh.